Welcome to the Next Level Life podcast with Christine Corcoran. This podcast is made for the powerhouse businesswomen who are ready to ignite their fullest potential. This is where we will dive deep into the mindset breakthroughs and sprinkle in some kick up the butt motivation so you can scale your business with confidence and clarity. Whether you're craving more income, impact, or inspiration, this podcast will be your ultimate resource for all things next level. Listen in as we have authentic conversations with game-changing female entrepreneurs as we reveal the secrets of what it takes to rise and thrive. So go ahead, ignite your inner fire, and let's get you taking massive aligned action. Are you ready to elevate? Let's go. Hey, welcome back to the podcast. Oh my gosh, I've got such a great episode for you today. If you are ready to make more consistent income in your business, if you are sick of the income roller coaster, if you are just frustrated with not having consistent income in your business and actually hitting good income, like 10K months at least. So you will have probably heard me say this before. I'm a big believer that you should be earning at least 10K months in your business. The reason for that is once you take tax out, once you take all your expenses out, there ain't much left over. And if you are not getting paid well enough beyond what you used to be paid in a job beforehand, what's it worth? Like it's just not worth running a business, right? Because it's so much time and energy and effort to run a business. And when you're earning under 10K months, it feels like it's not worth it. I've been there. I've had so many clients that have been there, and I know how frustrating it can be. So I want to go through the myths of consistent income versus inconsistent income and hitting 10K months. And I want to talk to you about how to create more predictable income and the sales plan that you're missing in order to do that. I'm going to be running a live masterclass on this in November, so keep an eye out for that and it's going to be a 3-day accelerator to help you build out your game plan when it comes to your sales so you can hit 10K months, because there is a few different things that go into hitting 10K months. It's not something that's going to happen by chance. You need a plan. You need to start treating your business like a business, not a hobby. And we need to learn to develop the consistency in the right things, because a lot of the time what I'm seeing is people getting focused on the wrong things and it's not moving the needle in their business. Okay, so let's talk about it. Inconsistent income comes from inconsistent sales activities. Right there. I'm just going to drop it. Inconsistent income comes from inconsistent sales activities. So if you fear sales, if you hate sales, if you have a negative thought process around sales, if you don't prioritize sales in your business, then you're most likely going to be experiencing inconsistent income. Secondly to that, if you don't have an irresistible offer that your ideal clients want to buy versus need, and it's really hard to sell. So if you find yourself convincing people to buy, convincing people that they actually need your service, convincing people that you're the right person to buy from, then you are most likely have an offer that is either not something that people want, or you're positioning it in the wrong way, or it's actually not priced at the right price point. Okay. So firstly, the math needs to math. We need to figure out, does your offer allow your business to make 10K months? Is it possible to actually hit 10K months? And is it possible to service that amount of clients with how long it takes for you to deliver your service, right? That's the first thing you need to consider, because if your offer takes you 30 hours to deliver, and you can only take on 5 clients in order to deliver that amount of hours over the month, and your price point is only, $1,000, those 5 clients, you're only going to hit 5K, right? So we need to consider, is it doable currently with your current offer suite? If not, it's time to look at it. Now, you may not need to create a whole new offer. We may need to change the pricing. We may need to change the messaging. We may need to adjust the messaging towards the ideal client. We may need to consider the inclusions and the offerings of what you do with that offer in order for it to be super irresistible. Okay. So it's the packaging, like how we're packaging it makes all the freaking difference. But if the math isn't mathing, it'll never work. So do the math. Do the math first and foremost. If you cannot hit 10K months with your current offer suite, it's time to look at whether you need to adjust that. Secondly, it is worthwhile having a high ticket offer for many, many reasons. A high ticket offer is an offer above $1,000, ideally between, $4,000 to $5,000 offering, in order for you to be able to deliver a really high value service. So whatever it is you do, I want you to consider, is it time to introduce a new high ticket offer? A lot of the time people doubt a high ticket because they think it's going to be harder to sell. A low ticket is just as much effort to sell as well next to a high ticket offer. The reason is people not sure whether they're actually going to get what you say that you're going to deliver in a low ticket versus a high ticket. A high ticket perception because people are paying more, they think they're going to get more. I think they're going to actually get an outcome, which supports the decision-making process, right? Which is good. Also, often people create their offers from the wrong place. They go, oh, what price point should I charge? What do I feel comfortable charging? And what should I put in that offer in order to charge that? That's the wrong way to go about it. We want to consider, what is the outcome we want to create for an ideal client? And what is my best way to service that outcome? What do I need to include? How much time do I need with that client? How many, coaching sessions do I need to do? What type of implementation do we need to have happen? What results do we need to achieve? Like, that's the thing you need to be focused on. What's the outcome that you want to create for someone? What's the transformation you want to create for someone? And then create the offer around that. Then you're more likely to create an incredible offer. So many people get so stuck in listening to what your clients say to you from a wrong place. We go, oh, what do you think you need? And they don't have your expertise to understand what it takes to create a great result. So they're like, well, I don't know. Like if someone said to me, like if I listen to people go to me like who don't understand coaching, don't understand what it is that I do, and go, oh, I really need to work on my sales. Can I just do one session with you? And I'd be like, sure. But deep down I would know, like, yeah, but what could we actually get through in one session? Like there's so many elements to sales process, sales strategy, sales mindset. So we're only going to get through a very short amount of time in one session. Like, what's the outcome that you want? Because sometimes people have the expectation of the outcome, and if you only offer one or two things, then they might still have the same expectation, but then you don't necessarily have the ability to deliver that outcome in that amount of time. So you need to consider all of this. Like if you're leaving the types of services that you offer up to your client, they most likely will just say what they think that they can afford or what that they think that they need, but they don't have your expertise. They don't know what they truly need versus what they want. So you need to sell them what they want and give them what they need. So that's when you think about creating a really high ticket offer. Now, a high ticket offer does not have to be a one-to-many offer. I just want to create that differentiation. So when I say high ticket, this is any type of service over the price point of $1,000. The reason why I say that is because it is a price point where someone has to pause to determine whether they want to invest in it. It's not just normal throwaway money. And it is a considerable service, right? So it doesn't have to be a group program or a course or a mastermind or anything like that. I look at those as scalable offers where you're selling one to many. A high ticket offer is just a high level service, where you deliver a really great service, quality service, right? So I want you to consider what's the transformation you want to create for your ideal client and what's the best way to deliver that transformation or result, okay? Then map out what that offer needs to include and then map out the pricing and the value of that result or offer, and then go to market with it. Because once you have that incredible high ticket offer, it is much easier to hit 10K months. Much, much, much easier. So we want to work smarter, not harder, right? Okay, the next thing I want to talk to you about is your consistency, right? Because your weekly sales activities are things you need to be prioritizing and focusing on, because if you don't, you will most likely not hit the income goals that you're setting out. So sales activities could look everything from following up past clients, booking in discovery calls or sales calls, putting out content that actually drives decisions, running sales systems, so running a workshop or a masterclass or demonstrations or an email sequence, communicating with your people, right? Creating more conversations that could possibly lead to sales conversations. If we're not prioritizing things like this, you're most likely leaving a lot of money on the table and you're not generating income. So I just want to say a content plan is not a sales plan. It's not the same, right? There is so much more that goes into your sales strategy than posting content. If you're just posting content and hoping that clients are going to come and find you, you are doing marketing, not sales, okay? Marketing is about getting eyeballs on your business, but it's about what you do with that eyeballs. It's what you do with those eyeballs that is the sales plan, okay? So if you have no strategy to take those eyeballs and to turn them into buying customers, then you're not doing any sales activities, okay? Content is important, obviously, for marketing, but if you're not driving more conversations into the DMs, if you're using Instagram, or developing connections on LinkedIn, or creating opportunities for people to learn from you and to take the next step, then we're most likely missing out on any type of sales plan, which is what I'm going to help you map out in my 3-day accelerator. Predictable 10K months. It's coming up in November and it's 3 days, and I'm going to be helping you dive into uncovering all the reasons why you may not be hitting 10K months, how to create a consistent income plan, We're going to develop your growth plan together, a 90-day growth plan together over those 3 days to get really clear on your offerings, to get really clear on your messaging and the sales strategy that you're going to put in place in order to hit 10K months to make it possible. And then we're going to work on the mindset to help you get there. Okay. So if everything I'm sharing with you today is resonating, sign up for the challenge. The link will be in the show notes if it's available. I'm recording this and it's not ready yet, but when it goes live, it most likely will be ready. So you can jump on that link. Otherwise, keep an eye on my Instagram stories because I'll post it on there once it's ready. You must have a plan to follow in order to hit 10K months. Otherwise, it can be so easy to just get caught up in all the admin, all the non-needle moving activities in your business, keep caught up in just client delivery versus ensuring that you're hitting 10K months. You need a leads list. You need a way to generate leads, and you need a leads list in order to track your leads so then you're able to have conversations that lead to sales. If you're leaving your income up to chance by not having these things in place, this is how you're treating your business like a hobby or a referral-based business. If you're sick of it being a referral-based business, it's time to put a sales plan in place. So come and join me for the Sales Accelerator happening in November, the 12th to the 14th. The link should be in the show notes. Otherwise, feel free to DM me the word predictable and I will absolutely reach out to you and send you the link once it's ready. All right, lovely. I hope you enjoy the rest of your week. And I look forward to sharing all my journey and my stories on Instagram. Yeah, come and check them out. I'll see you soon. Thank you for listening. And if you found any value out of this episode, make sure you hit the follow button so you get access to the episodes as soon as they are live. And make sure you come hang out with me on Instagram. You can find me at ChristineCorcoran_coach. Have an incredible week.